When Odell Beckham Jr. did his 3-team tour late in the 2022 regular season, Bills, Giants, Cowboys, he refused to work out. And I think part of the attitude is, and this is something I'm gleaning just from the whole OBJ persona, who he's been, who he is, kind of crosses over from athlete into celebrity. Kind of like, I shouldn't have to do this. I shouldn't have to work out. I shouldn't have to prove myself to anyone. I'm OBJ. So finally he relents, and it's like, okay, I'm not going to go to Buffalo and work out. I'm not going to go here and work out. I'm going to go one place, one time, one day. Anybody who wants to see it can show up. And they got 1 day's notice. It was on the NFL personnel notice on Thursday. He did the workout on Friday. 12 teams had representatives there. He worked out. And, of course, there had been mixed reviews about how, and it doesn't matter how he runs and catches passes. I mean, it matters to an extent. What matters is what's he going to look like when he's out on a field. And, Chris, the number was out there during the 2022 season, $20 million a year. I'm told that's still the number. And I don't see anybody giving him a multi-year deal or a one-year deal worth $20 million. He's going to have to prove himself before he unlocks any kind of significant payment. He's 31 years old. He's coming off of 2 ACL tears. He hasn't played since Super Bowl 56. He hasn't played very much at all the past 3 years. He's not in a position to be greedy. He's not in a position to be unrealistic. He's not in a position to rest on past laurels.
No, I would agree with you on all that. I mean, again, hey, we saw from everything I've seen on social media, some of the clips there. Hey, he looks great. There's no doubt about that. His ability to run, stick his foot in the ground. We know it's all-time great hands, but agreed with what you're saying there. Yeah, we hit on this a lot during the season, right? I think both of us heard from a number of teams kind of associated with the Odell Beckham Jr., flirtation there in December that, price tag was an issue, that it was a lot of money being asked. And I think, some years put on that. And I'm with you, Mike. It's as much as I love Odell Beckham Jr., I just don't think that's going to happen. I don't see a multi-year deal for big money happening. Odell's going to have to prove himself. So it's exactly what you're saying. Maybe he can get a deal that's, hey, good money, and then it's, laid out with a bunch of incentives, and he goes for over 1,000 yards and gets over 8 reception touchdowns or whatever, anything like that. Then he starts to, hit some escalators and whatever there. But I can't imagine anybody giving him $20 million for the reasons you said. It's 2 out of 3 years with an ACL injury. It's not a ton of playing over the last few years because of the injuries, the changing of the team, all of that. Teams are they're gonna want to see him for a little bit and see him do it with a little consistency over a period of time before they throw big money out at a guy at that age with that injury.
There's always a story behind the story, and when something unusual happens, like a joint workout for any interested team on 1 day's notice, I really wonder what kind of push and pull has happened between Beckham and his representatives. Because I could envision a scenario, and this is all speculation, but it's circumstantial evidence of what we saw working backward to understand it. It wouldn't surprise me if the agents had been pushing him to go work out for these teams. Odell, you're not going to get what you're looking for unless you go work out. You have 2 torn ACLs, the same ACL twice torn. You have to go show these people what you can do. They're not going to pay you sight unseen. Okay, I'll do it, but I'll do one workout. Okay, fine. But still, there's that level of expectation, Chris, and I won't be surprised if he signs a deal. If it's some kind of a multi-year deal that looks like it's $20 million a year, but when you inspect it, it's 1 year.
Yeah, right.
And the team has a clear opportunity to tear it up after 1 year before it unlocks bigger money. Because it's going to be that combination of football value and just ego and perception. And I'm not saying it's a bad thing. It's just a reality. Some of these deals are done for ego. Some of these deals are done for how they're going to look. We talked earlier about the politics of the Rams' decisions. Teams make decisions based on how things are going to look. Players make decisions based on how things are going to look. And I think he's going to want to emerge from whatever contract he signs looking like he won big, even if the fine print tells us it's a 1 year contract.
Yeah, I wouldn't be shocked. I think you're on the right track there. And, for the team's sake, it's, a 1 year rental where, okay, wow, it looked really good. We like you. Now we're willing to pay you, the next year and the year after that because you played a full season. You were productive. You looked awesome. You're still explosive. But I think it goes back into the same conversation we've had 2 years in a row with Odell Beckham Jr. Go to the team. Don't worry about the price tag. Sure, I know we're going to worry about it to a degree, but go to the team that's going to set you up for the most success to where you can capitalize off of that. That's what we've been saying with OBJ. And that's why a team like, hey, yeah, that type of contract that you're explaining, go to the Kansas City Chiefs. Or maybe they only pay you $8-10 million for this year. But it can lock what you're talking about. Big money in the future. The Bills, team like that. The 49ers, where you go, wait, they're going to be good. I know the offense is going to be good. I don't have to be the necessarily total focal point, but I'm going to get mine and show everybody exactly who I still am as a football player. To me, that would be the best route for him to ultimately end up capitalizing on the most he can possibly get.
And it is a damn shame because he was there.
Oh.
Could you imagine what he would have gotten last year if he'd been the Super Bowl MVP and that torn ACL, non-contact, unfortunate for him. And I think that's part of what he's trying to process. I was there. I'm sure he feels like he deserves more than what he's going to get.
Yeah.
But this is a cruel and cold business. They are only going to pay you, not for what you've done, but what they think you're going to do.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.